Hey, Hallie. Uh, I guess I am. Hey, niece. I guess I'm a pseudo auntie, just from the internet. Um, what that man is putting you through is absolutely breaking my heart. No one had a right. No one had a right to know what was in those text messages. No one had a right to know, to be reading, for it to be shared. I just forgive me if I don't have all the right words to say, but Hallie, you're gonna be so much better off without him. You and Halo, just ask Sierra and Future Junior. You're gonna be so much better off when you wake up from love. I know that DDG was your first real relationship and you have a right to make a mistake. Some of us aunties, people think, oh, you're just jealous, DDG is so good for her. And people like Amanda Seals was like, no, no, no. She needs to run. This isn't going to be good for her. And it's because we've been through it too. We've been as sweet as you, as green as you, as in love as you, as hopeful, as loyal. And we had to learn through circumstance what a man is and what a woman is. They are not like us. They are not like women. You cook and clean and you're loyal for a man, and a lot of men just think they have a mark. They don't see, wow, she's so good to me. I should be grateful. They're like, oh, yeah, I got me one. She's a mark. I can do what I want. Where's she going? I can Tina Turner style. I I feel like this video is a little tacky already from the things that I've said. But I hate that you had to feel like everybody hated you when you were playing the Little Mermaid. Just hearing you sing your parts in Little Mermaid brought tears from my eyes. There's something so sacred in your voice. You had the voice of a siren. They picked the right girl. You're better than everybody who did it, and you wrote that song Angel so perfectly. And I'm like, do you know these words are holy? These are not just your ideas. The words are holy, the words are sacred, and Hallie, the words are true. You're really who you said you are in that song. I'm a big deal. I get sick and tired of holding it in. Hallie, you're a big deal. And you're still a big deal. I'm telling you, this too shall pass. I'm telling you that this is going to be yesterday's news very, very soon. Just stick it out. I would recommend therapy, but I would also recommend listening to songs like Angel, listening to Aretha Franklin, A Rose is Still a Rose. Keep reminding yourself of who you are because you run into the deepest, darkest pain when you forget. You're still Bailey. You're still the Little Mermaid. You're still her. You still have the face and the voice of an angel. You're still an incredible mother. You're not the first woman to want an abortion from a loser. You're not. And you won't be the last. That doesn't mean you don't love your kid. DDG is gaslighting you and the courts. Then shame on his family, his whole family. I'm making this video because there's a cacophony of voices of people talking crap about you, and the people who love you are a little bit more quiet. We don't have much to say because there's not much to say about you. You're just her. You're just Hallie. You're just angelic. You're just superior. You're just beautiful. Who can say what? Who can say what? You're what so many girls and so many women want to be. I took my niece to see The Little Mermaid, and it was such an honor. I'm very introverted. I don't like to be outside of the house. I don't like, but I went with so many people, a group of little girls, about four. Child, we took them to the 4X version first and they cried, all that. The 4X screen theater experience is where your seats move. And anytime a mermaid splashes, there's a spritz of water at you, like 4X, 4D. The experience in movie theaters. I don't know if you guys have that, wherever, but we have that in, Seattle, Washington, and downtown Seattle. And they were scared, and we had to pull them out of it. And we basically had the theater like switch our tickets and allow us to go to like the regular version. My niece already knew all the words to all the songs. Every time I looked at her, she was singing with you. I mean, just being 5 years old and having a great example in front of her. I was born. The White Little Mermaid was what I had, and my niece has you. All the girls in her generation have you, have a reflection of themselves because of you. Why want straight hair when the Little Mermaid has locks? On the movie in real life, why hate my hair when Halle is so beautiful and she has it too? You did one for the culture and you sacrificed so much being hated. You went through so much racism. You suffered so much on such a grand scale. I see why you said the things you said. And postpartum depression is nothing to shake a stick at. Every woman who's gone through it, who's worth her salt, they understand every text you sent that man. We understand that you were beside yourself in pain and out of character. So for him to say, oh, she's a danger to my son, screw you. I hope Jay Z, man, I'm sorry, but I hope Jay Z arranges an ass whooping for DDG because it's what he needs. You sent so many texts begging and pleading, and then all of a sudden he wants to respond after you say you're leaving because that's what he had Halo for. He wants to be famous. He doesn't want to be a streamer. He wants to be a rapper. He wants to be where you are. You thought you were in an honest relationship with a person who was gonna, we're gonna have 10, 20 kids and we're gonna settle on a farm and just homestead and be happy. That was or is your dream. You weren't trying to be a celebrity forever. He didn't have Halo with you because because that promise was true. He didn't have Halo with you because he wanted to fulfill your dreams of being a mother. He had Halo with you to tether himself to you. He used that baby to tether himself and his family to you so that there would always be a cord. There would always be a connection to the super famous person. You are A list. I don't care what anybody says because you played the Little Mermaid. You're a Disney princess. You're a Disney princess. Wow, you're a Disney princess. Hallie, people are going to eventually let this pass. You're not going to be in the media forever because of DDG. I hope and I pray and I shed tears in the name of you getting full custody of Hayla. Full custody of Hayla. We've seen DDG, how he behaves. He lets his real character leak. He can act like he's, super dad, and I wouldn't doubt that he loves Halo just because Halo is lovable. Strangers on the internet love Halo. Big deal. Halo is divine. He's funny. He's adorable. Big deal if you love Halo. You gotta have more than that for Halo because people Halo will never meet will get into a fight over him. We love that baby. We love that little boy. And he was properly named because his mama is an angel and he's your Halo. And you were right when you said, Heaven wears your halo. They know you're an angel. People know you're a sweetheart. People know you're lovely. But who is one dimensional? Who is lovely all the time? Who is kind all the time? Who is sweet all the time? Nobody. Even dogs, the most loyal, whatever, these creatures who are man's best friend, even they, man, my dog used to roll her eyes at me. Straight up. No exaggeration. Take her eyes from one side of the room to the top of the ceiling to another, like, girl, bye. Still a loving, affectionate pup, though. Human beings are layered, especially women. And the way media and patriarchy works, unfortunately, they don't allow women to be layered and complex and complicated. If you step outside of sweetness one time, they're like, oh, psh, ew. But you know they did it to Beyonce too, right? Look at her. Now she's singing about 16 carriages, minding her business on a horseshoe flying above a whole entire crowd. Still doing her because you can't take Beyonce away from Beyonce, whether you love her or hate her, whether you agree with her being married to Jay-Z or not. She's always going to be B. She was born with that. You were born with Halle energy. You're always going to be her. DDG can't take nothing away from you. He's not a sea witch who can take your voice. It's always going to be yours. It's always going to be yours. Halo is always going to be yours. Your mind is also always going to be yours. So treat it kindly. Treat it kindly. Make a habit of replacing a bad thought with a good thought, even if you have to put post-its on the wall and look over your bed to read them or look, put post-its wherever you go. You spend a lot of time in front of your sink washing dishes, put a post-it there. You spend a lot of time doing laundry, put a post-it there and read it out loud. I'm telling you it works. Remind yourself of who you are. That is what's going to give you strength. Halle. That man was always trying to break you. Men have an issue with marrying women they know or being with women they know are better than them, are higher than them, more divine than them, more perfect than them, have none of the issues that they have. And many times cheating with a half woman, you know how Beyonce says in Resentment when she's live, she had half of me and she's not even half of me. Cardi B was talking about, you cheat with these bum, insert B word. Like I at least make it somebody who like, it will stroke my ego. Like, dang, he got a baddie. I might be with her too. But these women who have nothing to offer in comparison to you, because it reminds him that he's a man. It makes him feel better about himself to be with someone who's lower than you. On average, when it comes to married women, the man usually makes a mistress out of a woman who is lesser, because it strokes his ego. He feels small around you. Who doesn't feel small around a Disney princess? Except a person with good self esteem, except a little girl who hopes to grow into her, except the auntie who's proud of her because you put our face and our hair on the big screen and no one can deny the beauty of a Disney princess. By the time you're chosen to be that, there can be no argument about how you look. I know you're feeling a little big right now because you're carrying a little bit more weight. Hell, you'll shake it off. It'll go away if you want it to. Unfortunately, things take time. And while things are taking their time, the time hurts. Like you are literally, I'm watching you do time like a G, like somebody incarcerated, like dang, years of this Negro, years of this issue. Going through court with him. Sierra did years with Future. And anytime she pops out with Future Jr., people have an issue. You know the kind of people who have an issue are losers? Do you know the kind of people who don't agree with Russell being Future Jr.'s dad are losers and failure to launch type people? No one you should be concerned with anyway, because any healthy person is grateful Future Jr. has a good dad and a good home and financial stability and two parents. They're happy for the boy, especially other people who come from broken homes. They're happy for him. Hallie, you always knew that you could do better than DDG. You always knew. And don't think a baby can get in the way of that. And that's on the Wilsons. Everybody loves Halo. Somebody would be happy to be his stepfather. Halo is just covered in ooey gooey, cute cheek divinity. You can wait it out. I would not recommend getting into a relationship while you're feeling like this. And I don't mean to condescend to you. I don't know what you're doing. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Hallie, you're as close to perfect as many people can get. You belong to a minority of women. Halle Bailey, Halle Berry, like you just belong to a minority of women who are as close to perfect as you can get. Be fond of your flaws. Beyonce said there are no roses to be picked without thorns. So be fond of your flaws, dear. And I don't know if mentioning Beyonce is a good thing or a bad thing, but she's my priestess as far as I'm concerned. So forgive me. I know you and your sister have, whatever you guys have going on with uh the rock or, record labels things. I don't mean to invoke any of that if there's pain there, and there are only rumors. Maybe there's not. But you're literally one of one. You're one of one. There's nothing like you. You had no competition for the Little Mermaid. You blew me away. I was like trying to fight my tears the entire time because I didn't want to cry in front of everybody because the people, the group I went with would have tried to comfort me, you know? And I wanted to keep it about the girls, but I had a boohoo cry come up that I had to swallow. And I had to stay in the darkness of the theater to collect myself before I could, after the movie was over, I had to let everybody walk out to compose myself. Because of you, my niece and her peers, they will never know not seeing a positive reflection of themselves and how they look and their beauty. They'll never have the Disney experience where everybody is lily white and you want to be like that because it's a princess. You have a place like Meghan Markle has a place. She can be biracial, but she's got a black mother. She's a real princess. If you're a fictional princess, she's a literal princess, and I don't think you guys' timing emerging into the world, I don't think your timing is coincidental. It's healing to our souls and our self-esteem as Black Americans. You did that. You did that. You've done so much for the global population of our women and girls. DDG could never, and he will never Hallie, I promise you did something that was divine and holy. He's not that guy. I keep bringing up Sierra and Russell Wilson because I would hope that you would look to that example as far as, there's happiness in your future, there's wholeness in your future. You can still achieve your dreams. You can still have a whole bunch of kids with one man. That Lord knows Sierra stays pregnant. Nothing has been taken away from you. Nothing, no thing has been taken away from you. You have not been degraded and you have not been devalued. Hallie, you're going to be so strong after this. You're going to end up with a man who will never ever call you the B word. Because let me tell you something. When he threw your phone out the window and go get it, bitch. Let me tell you something. A man who will call you a bitch is a man who will kill you. My partner passed away, but I tell you, he never called me outside of my name. Me and that black man never raised our voices at each other. It's out there. It exists. If you exist in all your beauty and all your glory and all your divinity, there's a man out there who is your equal opposite counterpart. You believe it, but wait it out until you're in a healthier place so that you are a vibrational match for the person you want to be with. Like Sierra did. She's a positive role model. She really is. There's a song by Aretha Franklin. I don't know if you've ever heard it. Maybe you have, but I just got done crying to it because it reminds me of you. And I just want you to know, I so eagerly want you to know that you're still you. It doesn't change your nature that this man wants to rip petals from your rose. It doesn't change who you are. You're still a rose. You're still a flower. You're still beautiful. You still have all of your intrinsic qualities, Hallie. You're worthy of so much more than that man and his family ever had to offer you. DDG's little sister is so funny. It's so funny to me that she can try to drag your name, but when them girls were in the car making fun of the outfit she invented or created or designed, not a peep. You want to know why? Because she knows those girls will eat her up, and she knows that you are dignified and decent, and that you won't eat her up. You gave these people, these streamers, these internet people, red carpets, red carpets and red carpet events. There's a reason they weren't born into that connection because they're not a vibrational match for it. And DDG's mom is an enabler. Enabler. I remember one of the boys, I don't know if it was Daryl or if it was Woo Wop's. I love Woo Wop. You remember when Woo Wop was like, I hate my dad? I want to kill my mom. I want to kill my dad. Oh, the pain in my heart. He told his dad to his face, I don't like you because I don't like the way you treat women. Never forget that. From the mouth of a babe. I don't like you because I don't like the way you treat women. You're a joke. You're a joke. People thought it was funny. Woo Wop has divinity. He was speaking from his heart. Woo Wop is a powerful creation. That boy is blessed. I pray the men in his family don't get in the way of him, but he's something. I pray they don't correct that baby because he's. mm. I hope Woo Wop and Halo always have each other. They will need each other. I was getting into the conversation where I mentioned someone said, my mom is the sweetest person, talking about DDG's mom. If you knock a drink out of her hand, she won't even get mad and be like, she'd be like, oh, well, I guess I'll go get another one. Enabler. Because a mom who is a mom and not a friend will be like, I bet you better clean this mess up and then go get me another drink. And when you present that drink to me, you say sorry. But he was bragging about his mom being a pushover. DDG dislikes Aries because he doesn't like the way he treats his little sister, but I'm just like, bro, you're worse. You interact like that with Halle. And maybe his mom suffered DV. His sister is, being I mean, imagine getting tossed to and fro by a man that you're with and then wanting to talk head about Halle. You're small for that. I can't believe I felt so bad for that girl when those other two girls were in the car making fun of her outfit. I felt so bad for her. And I kept typing into comments, they look like, NPCs. They look like everybody else who's there. You unique. Somebody play this girl alien superstar. You at least you look unique. At least you look like you. Whole time this girl has the heart of a person who will take to the internet and try to destroy a woman who's perfect, who is high and exalted above her, and who was humble enough and kind enough to bring her into the light from the shadowy area she belongs to. Come on, Lion King. The original cartoon Lion King. Dad, what's that over there? You must never go there, Simba. Our kingdom is a part of everything the light touches. And he changed the old voice. And then here comes Scar. Have you ever wondered what's beyond that normal water? There's an elephant cemetery. Hyenas is over there. That's not where you belong. You don't belong with them hyenas, Howdy. Hallie, I'm not blowing smoke up your skirt. I'm telling you like it is. If you cussed me out tomorrow and I got salty about it, these words of mine would still be true. And I would still have to say that they're true because I'm an honest woman who has integrity. These words are true, Hallie. And you need to hear them. That everybody hates me but Poseidon, I'm pretty sure that broke me. Whoa. There's just not enough people sticking up for you. There's not enough people sticking up for Cassie. There's not enough people sticking up for Megan. And it's so unfair. The victim blaming, it's so unfair. But I got a good feeling that judge is sick of DDG. Whatever judge you guys are seeing who extended that restraining order, when that man, I'm sure when DDG, when he slammed your head into the steering wheel and chipped your tooth and threw your phone out of the window and said, "Go get," I'm sure that's not the first time he's hurt you. And you know what you did? You covered that man. You were like a divine garment for him. You covered all his flaws. You stretched yourself out like a trench coat around that man's flaws so he looked amazing in public. And now he's looking like what you created for him in front of his fans so they can be like, "Oh, Hallie, oh, she's trying to keep me away from Halo." No, she's not. There's all kind of text messages between her and DDG's mom trying to figure out how to get Halo to him. No, he don't want, it's not that he wants custody of Halo, it's that he wants custody of you, Hallie. He's a tether. He wants to be able to treat you any kind of way and still be tethered, still be tied to you, still have your names mentioned together. You've seen this before, Hallie. You've seen Future be like, "Oh man, Future Junior is my heart." And people in the comment section is like, "Well, what are your other 8,000 children? Your lungs, your liver, your spleen, Negro? Huh?" Tether to Sierra. Tether. She is a somebody that the rest of his baby moms are not. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but she's someone that they are not. And she's the biggest someone he's ever knocked up. You know, some men get women pregnant to humble them, to humble them. Literally, at times, that's the intention. And Halle, you're so young. Because you're so young and because you're so green, there is evil out there that you don't even believe in. That you don't even believe in because you have no experience with it and you're just a green, happy child. Excuse me, young adult. There are men who can sleep with you and hate you. What do you think was going on in plantations when we were brought here? There are men who can sleep with you repeatedly and hate you. And envy is worse than hatred. And DDG envies you. He wants to be like you. He doesn't want to be the little mermaid, but as far as your limelight destiny, yeah, he wants the destiny swap. Narcissists want to take your energy and leave you with none. They take and take and take, and then they curse you and blame you for being empty. You were pleading to that man, begging to, I'm a mother and I have, help me. You're the help me. You're the father of my child. Help me. Support me as a mother. No, he wants to be in Mexico with Lala. No, he wants to be on live. I'm like, every time I see Halo at your house, DDG, why ain't no damn toys? Always around a bunch of adults and just sitting in front of a computer, hugging and kissing on you or smacking you on camera because he probably sees you smacking other women. Woo Wop told on all of them and they thought it was funny. Woo Wop is a damn encyclopedia of information on that family. I want to kill my mom. I want to kill my dad. He went so viral they had to make him change the song. I love my mom. I love my dad. He didn't like what he was seeing. He didn't like what he was seeing at home. Told his dad, I don't respect you. You don't respect women. I don't respect you. Viral moment, viral moment. Oh, that boy is speaking his heart. Now, I'm sure that baby loves his parents and he doesn't want to kill his mom or dad. But just an expression of disappointment like, why are you doing this? And why are you letting him do this? You don't need a good mom or dad to come out a good person. And truly, I don't know much about whoever Wuop's dad is and whoever his mom is. I just have watched him and seen some interactions. But Hallie, those people are going to miss you. I saw that man eating some vegan barbecue burger and just in the middle of eating, man, Hallie would love this. And I'm happy you're not a vegan anymore. I'm not hating on vegans. Veganism is wonderful when you can afford it, but good lord, a woman's body every now and then you need some cow moo, okay? Every now and then. I believe Maite Garcia, the ex-wife of Prince, when she was pregnant with their child, she was vegan and she miscarried. Sometimes you just need that iron, you need that meat, you need that whatever it is. And you can still eat vegan things and whatever, balance. You can be plant-based and have a little meat. I do. Let me not because that's none of my business. But I need you to know that we are out here. We're out here. Like I said, that text about Poseidon being the only one to love you. Like, no, we love you, Hallie. We love you. You are black. You're royalty. I would curtsy and bow in front of you as much as I would in front of the Sussexes, Meghan and Harry. Like you said it yourself. I'm a big deal. I get sick and tired of holding it in. Rich blood. You can probably see the gold in my skin. Hallie, that's facts. That's really you. You are God sent and you are angelic. No one can do you like you. And outside of this ghetto mess, people are still fans. People are still fans. Sierra was just on stage with Meg the Stallion in spite of how many men mad that she moved on because baby mama ing somebody is the unofficial marriage. There are so many men who want to get you pregnant so quick but don't want to marry you. How many men have asked to put a baby in my body and I'm like, I'm not going to have a baby out of wedlock. And they're like, marriage is a big decision. I'm like, fool, creating life is a bigger decision. So if you can't make the one, you can't make the other. And I don't advocate for all women getting married. I don't care one way or the other, but children, if you're talking children, like if you're a lover, go be a lover, have multiple lovers, who cares? As long as everybody's safe and keeping their body clean and knowing their status, go have fun and be merry. But children deserve a two-parent household. They deserve a mom and a dad. That's their birthright. So in that sense, I would be like, okay, marriage. But a man who can't propose can't commit to that. There are men who would propose to you after. Men usually know at first sight when someone's their wife, and they usually solidify that thing in 4 to 6 months. So if a man has been dragging you along for more than 2 years, you're supposed to break up with him, babe, and you didn't know that. You're supposed to break up with him because they're not going to marry you. He gaslit you. He dragged you by your dreams and then said, "Ha ha," and then showed all these people your text messages and look at the Little Mermaid texting me, going crazy, talking about a knife, and she got my gun knowing it ain't got no safety. Dude, screw you. You're a bully, bro. I hope half a dozen dudes stomp you out. You need an ass whipping behind the way you did the Little Mermaid. I don't care if the men are white, black, Indian. I don't care who they are. I hope somebody finds you and roughs you up to the degree that you roughed up Hallie's heart and mental health. I hope. Shame on you and shame on your mom and your daddy. Shame on them both. This isn't how you treat a woman, especially the caliber of woman you had, DDG. Halle DDG is only he's an Instagram model. That's his co-equal. A streamer, that's his co-equal, not you. Not you. And I know that you knew you were bigger and better than that man when you got with him, but because we are taught to be such humble women in the African American tradition, oftentimes we date down. He's screaming about how $80,000, yeah, I just spent that on a private jet or a flight or whatever it was. And I'm just like, spend that on your kid. How come you're not helping Hallie? Yeah, I hope you get him for child support too. Anybody who is out here in favor of Diddy, DDG, Tory Lanez, I'm like, y'all are anti-black. How? They're black men and the system is just trying to bring down black men. They brought down themselves. They're guilty as charged. They're guilty as charged. Yes, I remember Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and people trying to denigrate them because they were such great men. Nigga, that's not the case with you. You did the crime and you deserve to do the time. Malcolm didn't. He didn't. Yeah, so they brought down that black man. They tried to bring down Marcus Garvey. They tried. You're not Frederick Douglass, homely. You're not Nat Turner. You're not some innocent political prisoner. You're not, Omari, whatever his name was. God forgive me. You're not Asada Shakur. Like you're not some politically persecuted Negro. You're not Ibrahim Traore. You're not. You're not Muammar Gaddafi. You're not these people who were taken out because they were trying to liberate Africa. Uh, I just said Muammar Gaddafi, Hallie. And you know how many black people would be like, "Ooh, terrorist, Muslim." Do you know that man tried to give $1 billion to African Americans and the US government denied it? Do you know that? He was trying to build us. He was trying to unite Africa and to unite us with them. And they took his life for it. That's a non-white man who was persecuted. You are not being persecuted. R. Kelly's not being persecuted. He's pissing on children. Dude, he's not being persecuted. Do I think this whole circus of a court is a play to keep us from paying attention to bigger things like Project 2025 and the One Big Beautiful Bill? Sure, I do. But you're not no hero and you're not no saint, DDG. You know what you did to Hallie, and you know what we don't know that you did to Hallie. So I don't want to hear it. Oh, there's new evidence about Tory Lane. I don't want to hear it. The judge looked at everything already. Everything you guys are trying to submit is new evidence. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Well, Cassie went along with it and she was the leader of all the hoes, blah, blah, blah. She was a kid. She was 19 and in love, being groomed for years by a much older man who she was madly in love with. Some of y'all can't even tell your man no when you're bleeding postpartum and you're not supposed to be having sex and he wants it. Some of you got kids that are the same age and the same year because you couldn't tell that man no. But you're mad at Cassie because she couldn't say no? Because saying no would get her chased by bodyguards, watched, cars blown up. Are you listening to yourself? These people are so unrighteous. Hallie, Hallie, I wish you well to such an incredible degree. Focus on yourself and maybe create some little ripples with charity. South Memphis could use a little help. Flint, Michigan, Jackson, Mississippi could use some help. Do a few little good deeds here and there just to cancel out the vibration of the people who are attacking you. But Hallie, we love you out here. Oh, there are millions of us, and I'm so sorry we were so quiet. But you see how awkward I look talking to you? People gonna be like, Hallie ain't never gonna hear this. Hallie ain't never gonna listen to this. And I'm just like, well, I'll just put it out there in the universe. And if the spirit carries us to Hallie, then good. But I would encourage anybody who's ever been Hallie, who's ever been in her situation, make a video. Post a picture of Hallie. Play cozy because she is a god and she is a hero and she survived all she's been through. Do something. Unicorn is the uniform you put on, eyes on you when you perform. Facts. There's nobody out there like you. You don't have very much competition. And only an insecure man will try to make you believe you do. Post an Instagram picture, post something on TikTok, like just show Hallie you're out here, you guys, because she doesn't know. Oftentimes there is a loud minority and a silent majority. A loud minority of people who have their pitchforks and they're a mob, a lynch mob trying to come after Hallie. And there's a quieter, more dignified majority who is just kind of quiet because making a video like this is awkward. It's awkward. Hallie, every song you've written about you is true. And maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like In Your Hands was a love letter and a warning to DDG. In your hands, the world is yours when I'm in it. In your hands, you can't let go or you'll lose your chance. 'Cause after me, you'll never fall in love again. And you know what, Hallie? He won't. The word has been spoken, the assignment has gone out. He's going to be obsessed with you for the rest of his life. And you're going to get to laugh and crip walk all over that man's heart if you want to. Or better yet, pay him dust. Beyonce said, always stay gracious. The best revenge is your paper. Ignore that man into oblivion. Once you clear up these court cases and you eventually, hopefully, get full custody of Halo, and just whatever. If he wants to see his son, I'll talk to his mom. You'll never have to speak to that man again, or his sister who betrayed you. Hopefully, Woo Wop sticks around and can still come to the house or whatever. But screw DDJ. I'm sorry. Screw Daryl. And the only little idiots who haven't lived life. He don't got nobody. Well, yeah, he does. Trifling, dirty, dusty men. But he doesn't have any real adults supporting him. Just a bunch of little kids who've never lived. That's why the elders say, live a little. Matter of fact, the black elders will say to you, just keep on living. Because you'll see. You'll see. Everybody supporting him will look back on the situation when they're grown and knowledgeable. They'd be like, man, that was trash. I was trash for doing that. DDD isn't DDD. BBD. The East Coast family never skipped a beat. Whatever his name is, OPP, HPV, AI, whatever. He did whatever. People are gonna realize that he was absolute rubbish for doing you how he did. And the only losers he will have supporting him for how he treated you is the same losers that Future has for supporting him. And we think those people are disgusting. Hallie, I'm not going to be able to monetize this video, but I got to play the song because I need you to know. Maybe you already know the song. I don't know, but I need you to know.
Listen, dear, I realize that you've been hurt deeply because I've been there. He's still